as you know, the whole of Western world is falling apart. I've played you so many videos, I don't even know where to begin, but every week, pretty much every second day, we get new videos that come out of Europe. But it is happening in Australia as well, and the frequency of these videos is gaining momentum. Have a look at this. Obviously, I made a separate video on this. This happened last year. I can't play you the video. I'll include the links to all of these videos that I'm about to show you in description. As the 16-year-old white teenager Declan was followed into his Mernda house by Sudanese youth who stabbed him 56 times and 66-time blunt force injuries. This video is absolutely horrific. Look at this. They're just beating him up, and he died. And one of the guys couldn't even be jailed because he was too young to be deemed responsible for murder. Okay, that was it. Look at this, another one at 3 a.m. Saturday. This Saturday, just a couple of days ago. Look at this. Watching this. Home invasions have become so common in Melbourne. They've become so common, and without fail, almost every single time, I'd say 95% of the time, it's the Africans. So at 3 a.m. Saturday, 4 men of African appearance smashed into a defenseless 76-year-old man's home, leaving blood smeared across the walls before stealing his car, just for a car. An elderly Australian traumatized in his own bed. Look at this. This is Glen Waverley is a nice area. It's a nice house. But Australia is no longer Australia, guys. And look, I've been warning you that this is going to happen. It is happening on a scale that nobody saw it coming. I did. You're supposed to feel safe. And I've said this before. Even at the peak of our gangland warfare, even competing gangland members would not break into people's houses. They would wait for the rival to come out, and they'll either do drive-by shooting, or they will wait for their target to come out of their house, and then they will murder him. But this is a non-Australian phenomenon. These people, again, because they're African, they bring different sets of values. They break into your houses. Our flimsy houses, I don't know if people know, most Europeans wouldn't understand that. We don't have bars in our windows. We have very flimsy doors, very flimsy windows. You know, when you go to Luton, when you go to East London, when you go through Paris or something, you see people have barricaded their houses. They got bars, steel bars going through their windows. We don't have any of that. Any of that. Why? Because we didn't have the culture of people breaking into our houses. But, dare I say, we brought in people from savage cultures who don't see anything wrong with breaking into people's houses. And it's not just the houses. Look at this. This is Melbourne's iconic Flinders Street station. 6 foreign teens arrested at Flinders Street in Holborn, Victoria last night with 6 machetes. We will never know peace again in Australia without remigration. Well done, Lozzie. She's right. Look at this. All foreigners. None of them are on. There was another video. This is in Somalia, guys. Look at this. Full-on warfare. Look at that. Stabbing each other, slicing, hacking each other. This is Melbourne. This is Flinders Street Station. It wasn't like this, guys. This wasn't like this. I'm not being nostalgic. I'm not being facetious. This never used to happen. But guess what? This is not where our misfortunes end, okay? So we know these African gangs have ruined Melbourne. Sydney has got a different problem. I haven't seen as many African gangland problems there. There's other kind of problems, social Muslim Islamist problems over there. But in Melbourne, it's all African youth related gangland problems. But it's going to get worse. You know why? Because Australia's worst Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, signed this deal. The EU-Australia visa-free for up to 4 years deal, free trade agreement deal. Remember this? The EU and Australia have signed a free trade agreement security deal, which means Europeans would be able to come to Australia for up to 4 years very easily. Okay? You'd be thinking, oh, we're going to have nice Swedish blonde women gracing our shores. No. Norwegian people are coming. Dutch people are coming. No. It's going to be these Europeans. Look at these new Europeans. This is Spain. Spain, if you remember, their pathetic prime minister, Pedro Sanchez, legalized 500,000 illegals. 500,000 illegals, mostly Africans, a lot of sub-Saharan Africans, North Africans. He's legalized them. So these are the kind of Spaniards who will be coming to Australia. These are the Europeans that will be coming to Australia. As if we are already not enriched enough with African culture, we're going to get more of that. And if you say something, you're a racist. I'm saying it. I'm taking my chances. I'm expecting a knock on the door. It's going to happen at some point. They just arrested someone in the UK again for reporting on a crime where a British woman was getting harassed by migrants. She went to the police. They didn't pay any attention. They said, nope. And if you go to the press, then you will be charged with inciting racial hatred. So she didn't pay any attention. She went to the citizen journalist. He reported on it on Twitter or Facebook. He wasn't even a mainstream journalist or anything. So a citizen journalist. And they just arrested him. So I don't know. So it can happen to me too. But I would rather live standing on my feet than on my knees. It's going to happen. I don't know. This two-tier policing is coming to Australia soon. It's going to happen. You will see people. We will start getting arrested. It's going to happen soon. I don't know if they're going to go after ordinary people on social media who don't have a big following, or they're going to come after the head of the snake, as they probably see me, or people like me, activists like Drew or Avi or me. Avi's been arrested a few times before, but Avi's not alone. So I don't know. I don't know which way it's going to go. But guys, we need to do something about it. We cannot let them keep ramming their agendas down our throats without resistance. At least the people of Britain are protesting almost on a daily basis. We're not even doing that. I know Pauline Hanson is rising, and I know people are awakening. I know people are waking up, and we need to get a political solution to every problem. I'm not asking you to riot, but we need to protest. We need to double down on our efforts, because this thing that is happening in the suburbs of Melbourne is gonna spill over to other cities as well. It's gonna happen everywhere, and they're not gonna change course because they are drowning in their ideological dogma. They believe they are the righteous ones and we are the wrong ones. It's not gonna stop.